Alycats, and you viewers. So today is part 2 of my September 2014 favorites, and I got a few comments on the last favorites asking me about a certain item. It is in this month's favorites, so don't worry, it was just in part 2 because I filmed part 1 really early. But anyway, going on to the favorites now. The first one is my favorite CD of the month, and that is HERSTAND's Brave Enough. Now, I'll talk about Ari later on in the video, so I'm not going to go too far in depth with him personally, but this CD is incredible. He wrote, basically, I think he wrote all the songs on this, and he's just incredible. He's an incredible musician, so talented, and all the songs are very calming. Well, besides Keep Fighting, that's a very upbeat song, but all the rest of the songs are these really calming songs, so you can feel his emotions, and some of them even feel like they transport you to California, at least in my opinion, because I feel music and I'm weird like that, but it's incredible. Oh my gosh. And he even autographed it for me. He put, "Alyssa, much love, HERSTAND." It's so awesome. I'm such a huge fan. And he threw in a free sticker, which I don't know if you can see, but it's right here behind Harley Quinn. She'll shoot you if you touch it. But it's an awesome CD, and if you want to check out the songs or to buy the album, go to HERSTAND.com. It'll be in the description box down below. And also, if you want to see any trailers or listen to any songs or check out any YouTube channels I mentioned, I'll have all those links in the description box down below for your ease and whatever. So check them out, please, because I spend a ton of time putting them there. And, okay, now moving on to movies I enjoyed this month. There was 3. Why did I do 2? 3. The first one was Batman Assault on Arkham, and it's an animated movie. And I really enjoy the animated Batman films. I actually like them more than the live action films, which someone's going to persecute me for that. I'm sorry, I'm not a huge Christopher Nolan Batman movie fan, but I do enjoy the animated Batman films, and Assault on Arkham is really, really mature, actually. It's gory, it's got some cursing, some nudity. I mean, it's not like total nudity, but some. And it's awesome. It mostly focuses on the Suicide Squad, like Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Deathstroke, all those other good villains. And they're basically assaulting Arkham. And I'm not going to go too into detail with this film because it's not very long. And, you know, if you're a Batman fan or just a comic book fan in general, check this movie out. It's awesome. And you can see the trailer down below. I mean, you can make up your mind there, then you get my drift. The second film I own is Dr. Horrible's Sing-Along Blog. I've mentioned this one before, I know, but I've seen this 3 times in the last couple weeks. And it's just so good. It's like 45 minutes long, so it's not long at all. But it was a web series that was created in 2008 during the writer's strike in Hollywood. And it was made by Joss Whedon, who created Buffy the Vampire Slayer, not Charmed, Angel, Firefly, Serenity, all those awesome TV projects, and he's done like the Avengers and Much Ado About Nothing. He's done a lot of stuff, and I'm a huge Joss Whedon fan. But this has Neil Patrick Harris, whom I'm also a huge fan of, Nathan Fillion, again, huge fan of, Felicia Day, not a totally huge fan, but you know, I like her in Supernatural and stuff. But this is a musical, of course, and it's just so awesome. The songs are so catchy. I want the soundtrack to this so bad. I can't find it anywhere, though. The soundtrack is awesome, and just watch it, especially if you love Joss Whedon, if you love musicals, if you like NPH, Nathan Fillion, Felicia Day. Watch it. It's awesome. You'll be addicted to it in no time, I swear. The last movie for this month is one I mentioned before again, but I actually bought this one, and this is the limited edition Little Infinities extended edition version of the film. It comes with the Blu-ray, DVD, digital HD copy, and this awesome bracelet. But it's The Fault in Our Stars. Now, this movie is so good. It's probably the best movie I've seen this year. But oh my gosh. Just be prepared. If you watch this, if you're a girl or a guy with sensitive feelings, you're going to be in a puddle of tears. Trust me. This movie traumatized me in theaters. But when I watched it at home, I didn't cry as much. I still cried, but not as much. But it's so good. It's basically a love story between Hazel Grace Lancaster and Augustus Waters. And, you know, Hazel has terminal cancer. Augustus is cancer-free. And, you know, Augustus falls in love with Hazel. She's not in love with him at first. And I'm not going to spoil the story too much, but it's very, very, very touching. And the movie starts off and it's got a lot of humorous moments in it, even though it's basically a cancer movie. It's got some humorous moments in it at the beginning, but then it slowly progresses and it becomes more serious, and then it becomes really sad. But it's that progression of emotion basically, to me, signifies life, because sometimes you'll have really happy moments and then you'll have these moments where you're serious and, you know, things might not be going right or they might be going well, but, you know, you have to be serious, and then sometimes you're just so devastated and so sad. And it's just, this movie is like a huge metaphor to me. I'm probably overthinking it, but yeah, definitely watch this if you haven't watched it. If you're a manly man, you might not like it, but girls and guys with sensitive feelings that like romantic movies focusing on cancer patients, definitely check this out. It's one of the best movies of the year so far. Trust me, I love it. I wouldn't have bought it again and tortured myself by crying if I didn't love this movie. So those are the movies I enjoyed this month, and yeah, like I said before, trailers down below. You get the drift by now, or you should. Now moving on to TV shows I enjoyed. The first one is Homeland. Now, I love Homeland. I didn't expect to love Homeland, but I do. So I finally got to see the third season, because the second season, when the DVD came out, it coincided with the premiere of the third season, so I never got to see the third season on TV. So I finally got to see the third season, and it's pretty intense. Just saying. I mean, every season is intense on that show, but this one is emotionally intense. The past two seasons were more intense in a way, like you're cringing and but this one's emotionally intense. And of course, you have Carrie, who is bipolar, and she's a CIA agent, and she finds out something that changes her life forever. And Brody is, spoiler alert, on the run, if you haven't seen Homeland. And of course, everyone's looking for him. You know, stuff goes on with the Brody household. It's an amazing show. It's very well written. Claire Danes and Damian Lewis and all the other amazing actors like Mandy Patinkin, they're all awesome in the show. And it just hits you right in the heart. And definitely watch it, because it's a really good show, and if you like, it's not procedural, it's a very dramatic show. It is about the CIA, but it's not too political, which I enjoy because I'm not too into politics. But I really enjoy Homeland, and this was really brutal. This season was brutal, but it was genius. So, Homeland, amazing. The second show, Finding Carter. I've mentioned this one before too, but it just ended, and Finding Carter totally changed in direction from when it started. When it first came on, I had zero expectations for this show because it is an MTV original show, but it captivated me from the first episode. It started off being just about Carter, who was kidnapped when she was 3 years old, and she finds her real family and has to live with them. And she hates her family at first. She doesn't want to be there. She wants to be with her kidnapper, who she still considers her mom. And it's very lighthearted at the beginning. Carter's getting into trouble. She's rebelling. But then as the season progressed, Carter became more grounded. She started to love her family, and just so much drama happened, especially in this one episode. It was so heartbreaking what happened, and it was shocking because previously on Finding Carter, nothing like this had happened. So it definitely just got deeper and became just, oh my gosh, just, that's all I can say, it became oh my gosh. It's so good though. So if you've had reservations about watching Finding Carter, watch it, because the season's over now, and I can say that it's genius. It makes you feel so many different emotions, like hatred towards the character, and love, and sadness, and there's just so much going on, and it's so good. So definitely check out Finding Carter. I give it really high recommendations because it's that good. And the last show is one that only has aired one episode so far, but I've fallen in love with it already, and that's Red Band Society. Red Band Society is about a group of teenagers who have to live in the hospital. They all have different illnesses, like one's anorexic, one's in a coma, which the boy in the coma is the one that narrates the show. There's two that have cancer, so it's just very, very, it sounds depressing, but it's not a depressing show. It's very lighthearted, and it gives you hope, and it's wonderful so far. And I know I can't really say much since it's only aired one episode, but it's so good so far, and Octavia Spencer, who is in The Help, and she actually won an Oscar for The Help, but getting back to the show, she's wonderful as a nurse in this, and Dave Annabelle is great as a nurse in this, and it's just such a great show. It's so heartwarming, and it's not like a medical procedural show. I mean, yes, it's based in a hospital, but it focuses on the patients' lives, not the doctors, which I love. So yeah, it's definitely a show I'd recommend watching if you like heartwarming kind of shows about people in hospitals. That's a very specific genre, I know. Moving on to the games I've enjoyed this month, I've really only been playing one, and that is Destiny. This is the one that was asked about in the previous video why it wasn't included. Well, it wasn't included in the previous part 1 of this favorites because it hadn't been released yet. But Destiny, I mean, it's not as great as it is hyped up to be, I'll be honest. It's not like, I was so excited because I played the beta, loved the beta, but you start this game off and you're playing basically the same thing as you did in the beta when you first start off. And you don't even get to do like multiplayer stuff until level 5. But it is very fun, it's very addictive, and you know, it's pretty good. It's not as good as it was hyped up to be. And I'm sorry if that sounds blasphemous to you if you think this game is great, but I'm just saying this game was hyped up to be way more than it actually is. It's basically a first-person shooter with some MMO and RPG elements, but not too many. One annoying thing about this game, though, is that you do the story missions, but they don't give you enough XP to advance to another level, so then you have to go to the Cosmodrome and do several missions to level up enough to do another story mission, and then you have to go back to the Cosmodrome and do more missions to level up, and so forth and so forth. So there's a lot of grinding, so that's a very RPG-esque, MMO-esque element. But overall, it's a good shooter. I like this. The story's kind of on the sparse side, but you know, I like it. I like that it has Peter Dinklage and Nathan Fillion as voicing characters in this. And I'm not finished yet with the game. I've heard it gets better when you reach level 20. I'm about level 8 right now because I haven't been playing it every day. But yeah, so far it's pretty good. It's just not as good as people thought, but it still made my favorites list because I am having a lot of fun with it. And now, all my favorite music that I enjoyed this month, which are 10 songs. It's always 10 songs because I'm OCD. In the description box down below, and you'll find a link for every single song so you can listen to them. And you know, I'd love to hear which songs you liked because I like to spread the love with music and share my passion and turn people on to different genres or artists they might not have known about. So all the music I enjoyed these past few weeks, actually, are in the description box down below. Now moving on to YouTubers. The first one, he's a new YouTuber, but he's doing so well. Oh my gosh, he's like over 350 subscribers already, and he only has 2 videos up. But he deserves them because he's so awesome. And that's Chris the Cameraman. Now, you might not recognize the name at first, but if you're a subscriber of Beat 'em Ups, then you'll know who I'm talking about. He's the cameraman, and he's awesome. Chris is just he seems like such a sweet, down-to-earth guy. And if you're watching this, Chris, I really want to hug you. I know that sounds creepy, but you're just like one of those guys that people want to hug. Or is that just me saying that? I don't know. Anyway, Chris is really, really awesome seeming. Never met him, so I can't really say you're awesome. But you seem really awesome, Chris. And so far he's done 2 videos, and they've both been excellent. He's a natural on camera, and he's just got, like I said, a great personality. So go check out his channel and leave him lots of love, because he's just a lovely guy. So go leave him lots of love. He deserves it. You deserve it, Chris. And I still want to hug you. Just saying. The next YouTuber is HERSTAND, whose CD I showed you at the beginning of the video. Now Ari does some original songs and some covers on his YouTube channel, and I'm kind of surprised he doesn't have more subscribers than he already has, because he's so talented. I mean, the guy sings, writes his own songs, plays the piano, the guitar, I believe the trumpet. He can beatbox like crazy. He uses a looping pedal in some of his music videos. I mean, oh my gosh, the guy's so talented, and he's such a down-to-earth, friendly guy, and it's crazy how just down-to-earth the guy is. He's so talented, and, you know, a lot of people that are that talented have egos, but Ari does not at all have an ego. He's just so down-to-earth and friendly, so check out his channel. He's super talented, so if you're into music, you know, into music at all, if you like covers, original songs, check out Ari. He's so talented and so friendly. So yeah, give him some love as well. And the final channel I've enjoyed this month a lot, which has actually gotten me through some tough times, is Taryn Southern's channel. Taryn Southern does comedy videos, like sketch comedy videos, and then she does musical comedy videos, and then she also does covers of popular songs. And Taryn is one of those people that she's not afraid to be herself, and that's what I love. And you know, her videos just give me hope. They bring me happiness. They make me smile. And she's such a sweet woman. She usually replies to my comments, which is awesome. And you know, we're friends on Google+. I don't know her personally, but she seems like a really, really sweet, awesome girl that I'd love to meet one day, because she's hilarious, and you know, she's one of those girls that you want to be best friends with. She's just awesome. And I love how she doesn't care what people think about her, and she'll dress up in costumes, and she'll do all these different things, and she'll say what she wants to say. Like, she'll sing about what she wants to sing about. Like, she's got songs like I Think I Farted and Remarkable Vagina and stuff like that, and they're so catchy. And you know, most females wouldn't make songs about those kind of things, but Taryn does, and that's very inspirational to me, that she's just herself. And she just brings a smile to my face every time she puts a video out, and she's lovely. I've said all these people are lovely, but it's true. So check out her channel as well. And that's it for this month's favorites. Let me know what your favorites were in the comment box down below. And remember to like the video if you liked it. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, because, you know, I do random videos. Sometimes they're fun and epic, sometimes they're not. That's fine. I'm human. I'm not a robot. I'm not perfect. Favorites so your friends and family can see, and share me as long as you do it nicely. I love each and every one of you so, so much. Just always remember that. Peace and kisses. Bye.